Welcome guys. Today I am going to be showing you how you can build a voice appointment booking agent in Vapi. This is going to be a step-by-step process of how you can build this out. So let me just, I don't want to show you the demo right now. I'll just start off with the step-by-step process and you know maybe at the end of this video you can see the demo. So let me just get on with the step-by-step process how you can build this voice agent. Now previously, if you look at like last 6 months of Vapi, like you see all these YouTube videos, everybody used to build voice agent in Vapi, especially in Vapi, through this assistant tab. Like they used to go on this assistant, click on create assistant, and this is the dashboard or the UI you were seeing, and everybody was building voice agents through this. Now the only drawback for this was that this was just a single prompt. So if you want to build like complex voice agent that can handle like multiple different workflows, or it was getting difficult for the voice agent to understand and also provide an accurate output. So that's why Bobby has recently, it's been like 1 or 2 months, they've introduced something called as workflows. This works exactly like conversational AI voice agent. So in my previous video in voice agent, in voice flow, how you were building the chatbot, you were connecting from one node to another node, like you're adding like buttons, choices, you're adding like some manual static messages and all, just so that the chatbot is more like conversational, like sounds human. The same thing, the exact same thing is for this voice agent. If you're familiar with retail AI, in retail AI you have like three types of agents you can be like: single prompting, multi prompting, and conversational AI. So workflows, it just works exactly like the conversational AI one. So I will show you the step-by-step process. That's why I'm going to be building this on workflows as well. I'll just show you how I've already built this out. I just want to show you guys how it will look like at the end, and then I'll walk you through the step-by-step process how you can build this in workflow. See, now this is the entire appointment booking chatbot. So see, this is this blue node that you can see over here. This is the start node. This is basically the welcome message node. This node is connected to 4 different nodes over here. So this one is like an FAQ agent. So this voice agent can also handle like customer support questions. So if the caller calls this agent and has like some questions about your services or products, or want to get in touch with you guys, so that's like that is all FAQ and link part. So that is that. Here we're going to be booking the appointment, and we are going to be checking the available times and booking the appointment. And this node we are going to be using for rescheduling, and this last node is for canceling the appointment. Now this one also, I've also added a transfer call as well, where you can transfer to a human agent as well. I have not tested this out before, and this is also my first time like building like this. So I don't know if it works, but I'm sure you guys can test it out as well. So that is how this entire workflow looks right now. So let me just show you how you can build this step by step right now. So when you open Vapi, just you can click on this and you can see this is how you're going to be seeing. You can see these workflows. Click on workflows, you will get this UI, and over here you can see create workflow. Now you already get like already built-in templates already. Like you can see there's an appointment scheduler already over here. You can just use this and make some changes if you want. But we want to start from blank, right? So from scratch. So just click on blank and write like give it a name, YouTube demo. What is today's date? Today is July 11th. So just type that and click on create workflow. After that, you're going to be seeing a blank workflow. You can just close this as well, collapse this sidebar over here. Yeah, see, this is how you're going to be seeing the dashboard like completely. So this is going to be your start node. If you can see over here this green button like add a node, you can see all the different types of nodes that are available. Like there's a conversation node, API request node, transfer call, end call, and tool call. So for this appointment building chatbot, for this appointment booking voice agent, we're going to be using a lot of conversational node, end call and tool calling. End calling because we want the agent to end the call, right? So where we do not want the user to cut the call or basically like that. And tool calling just works exactly like in the assistants, how you used to create a tool. You used to go to this toolbar section over here. You go there, you create a tool, and you assign it to this assistant. You can just let me just show you. You can go to this assistant over here, and then you used to go to scroll down, and you can see this tool section. You can click on this, and you can add the tool over here. That's exactly how it's going to be built, exactly even in this workflows as well. So I will show you everything like that. Now, the appointment booking voice agent that I have built already is for a wellness center. So I'm going to be taking the same example, but you can obviously build this out for like a real estate for company or a dental clinic or a hair salon or wherever you want the companies, you can build this as well. So the first node, the start node is going to be a conversational node over here. You can obviously change this to any other start node if you want. If you want, you can start it with API requests in the color, whatever your preference, but keep it at conversational only. So you can rename this node as well. So rename it as like welcome welcome message node. Click on OK. Now the first message, you can the first message if you want, or you can just leave it blank as well. The first message I'm going to be adding. So basically, this is going to be an inbound agent, right? So if the customer calls this agent, we want the agent to say like some type of message. So it'll be like, hey, it'll be like, hello, welcome to Oasis Wellness Center. My name is Vikram. How can I assist you today? So that is going to be the first message over here. Click on save. It is important that you keep clicking on this save because otherwise you will lose all the progress that you have made. So that's one thing you need to keep in mind. Now this prompting over here, I told you in this assistant, the only drawback was that everything was done in a single prompt. But with this conversational, you can split the prompt into multiple different like conversational mode, and where it makes it easier for you and also easier for the agent to understand and do and like provide accurate outputs. So that's why we're going to be doing the same thing. That's why it becomes even more easier for you guys to build this as well. So it's going to be starting the same thing, like how we like give it a role. So this is going to be the first welcome message, right? So the role will be like you're an excellent customer support voice agent for wellness center. Your job is to handle like FAQs and also assist customers in booking appointments for them. So that is basically the role of this voice agent. So you just need to type that. So you'll be like you an excellent customer support voice agent for you can I mean I've already given the name for this wellness center, so you can just copy this over here for Oasis Wellness Center. Your job or your role, something like that, you can type anything you want. This is I know this is not the greatest prompt I've written over here, but you will get the idea, right? So in the prompting and all is going to take your own creativity, how your own thought process. So based on your thought process, if your English is not good as well, you can just write however the prompt you write, and then just go to Chat GPT and ask this Chat GPT keep the core structure like the prompt with your chat GPT and be like keep the core structure of this prompt exactly as it is, and just I just want you to refine or improve the English language of this prompt, make it more clear or something like that, and chat GPT will do the rest for you. So you don't need to worry about anything else. So let me just go. Your job is to handle customer queries or questions and assist them in booking slash scheduling appointments for them. So that's basically the role of this like the welcome message of this thing. Here you can go again. The click on shift and enter for like going down and backspace for that. Here for you can also give like a context of here. So the context part is basically going to be about what this Oasis Wellness Center is about. So basically, where this center is located, what type of services the center provides, like what are its mission statement, how many employees are there, staffs are there. You can say all of those, like how many like types of awards or credibility of this center is there. You can basically give the context over here. I'm not going to be writing the context over here, but you get the idea, right? You can do this context. If you don't want to write the context also, it's fine. You can add like different things. So you can be like customer queries. So you can type like this customer queries and be like, if the customer has some questions or wants to know more about services, then no yeah then go down the customer queries path. You can write it like this as well. So like that. So what I'm trying to show you is this. Now I've written over there. If the customer has questions or queries, go down the customer queries part. So that customer queries part is basically going to be like. So let me just add a node over here. Click on add a node. If you want to use shortcuts as well, there are shortcuts available as well. I'm going to be using the shortcuts now. So if you get confused of what I'm using right now, it's just Command Shift C. When you do that, you'll get a new conversational node. So you just need to connect this node. You can see this plus symbol over here, then just drag and drop over here. When you do this, you can see this small yellow box over here. This thing is basically a condition. Like it just works exactly like an if condition. So you'll be like, if the customer has questions slash queries. So if the customer has something like that, we'll go down this conversational node. So when the customer calls this agent over here, and the customer will be like, I'm like a new customer. I just found out about your center or your center through your website, and I just wanted to know what type of services you offer. So that's the customer query. It will go down this customer pathway. So here I'm just returning it away, basically giving it like more context, being more specific about this. But if you don't want to add this also, you cannot add also. So it's just something like that, works something like that. I will show you what this global node is later on. The model settings, I've left everything in default. You can just change this map to tokens to like 300 or 400. Basically, we are telling this model to be a little bit more flexible with this thinking process or thought process, something like that. But if you do not want also, you can keep it as the default. The temperature also, I've left it at the default as well. The voice settings, you can obviously change it as well. There are multiple different providers over here. So you can just choose whichever the provider you feel the best. Transcriber settings, everything I left everything in default. You can obviously change everything. And then this extract variables also I'm going to be showing you later on, because this extract variables will be useful when you're booking the appointment. So when you're booking the appointment, you'll collect contact details from the customer, right? So you'll collect like their name, email, phone number, the type of service they're booking in for. So you can extract variable for those things also. Here also you can extract the variable like uh, and no, maybe do not extract over here. You can extract in this node over here. In this node, we are taking in the customer queries, right? So it's basically the customer question. So here you can also extract the variable. So let me just rename this node. This will be like FAQ node. So just click on tick. So you can leave here also the first message as well. Like for example, from here, this introduction node is going to this node, right? So you'll be like before we start this before no let me see how I can do this. Okay, yeah. Before we can get started, can I please get your name? So that's going, you can add like that as your first message. If you do not want to add also, you can just leave it empty. You can just directly go to prompt and just handle the conversational part over here as well. So I'll just add the first message. So before we can get started, can I get your name please? So you can also add dynamic variable here also if you want. I'll show you that how to do that as well. It is always polite to ask the customer name before and then have the conversation with that. So always click on save as well. Don't forget. So let me just show you. Now let me show you the prompting. So here again we'll give it like a rule or overview, something, anything you want. Okay. So the role here will be like are an FAQ voice agent for voices. Send your main role is to answer customer queries by referring to uh, referring to the knowledge base that you have been provided. Yeah, so you can also like add the knowledge base if you want as well. So I'll just show you how to do that as well. So this is going to be the role because you want this voice agent to answer questions that are only related to you guys, to your business. You do not want it to answer questions like from irrelevant questions. So again, you can also give like instructions as well and be like uh, in caps. I write it in caps because it put emphasis on this word. So that's why I use capital letters as well. So you'll be like never respond respond to irrelevant questions. Never respond to irrelevant questions. Never respond and politely apologize. You can say like that, and you'll be like never speak about our competitors as well. Competition. Never speak about competitors. You will only answer from the knowledge base. You will not uh, you will not conduct any web search or make up your own words and answer. Always use the knowledge base to answer. So just keep being more specific for the agent so that it will follow the instructions that have been provided to it. And then also you can also say like if you can't find the answer you are looking for, then politely apologize to the caller, and then you can be like ask them to repeat the question or something like that, or can you rephrase the question so that the when you, basically they're doing all this double checking over here. So this can be like your FAQ node over here. Now for the knowledge base over here, I guess that's pretty much going to be the prompt over here. Again, I told you this is going to be conversational AI, right? So you do not need to put all of before. Everybody used to put all of this in one single prompt. So now you can split the prompt and makes it easier for this voice agent to understand and for you to follow up as well. After doing that, just click on save as well. Do not forget. And then now I'll show you this global node. Let me explain this global node. So when you click on this global node, you'll get this small toggle button over here. Just click on that. It will get enabled and this node will become purple. So what this means is right now, so let me just show you, let me add another conversational node. So go over here, click on conversational node. Now this node, just think of it like booking for appointment. So this node will be scheduling appointments. So this is scheduling appointments node. Now let's say you are in this node right now. Now you already said that I want to book an appointment, and now you're in the middle of the conversation where the agent is collecting your contact details. So when it is collecting your contact details, it will ask like what type of service you are booking in for. So let's say you do not know any services that you're booking for, and you'll be like, can you tell me a bit more about your services, especially for spa services? I want full body massage or something like that. So when that happens, you're right now in this conversational node. So when you make it global, you can go from this node to this node. You get what I'm saying? So no matter which conversational path you are in, global node makes it global. By enabling this global node, it will capture that intent, takes that intent, and finds the accurate node that matches that intent, and takes you to that node and answer your question, and then go back to this booking appointment over here as well. So that's basically it. I hope you understood what I was saying, what I told you right now. If you do not understand, I do not know how else I can explain this. Basically, a global node, you can it captures the intent of what the customer caller wants, and it will act upon. So like that. So for knowledge base right now there are two ways you can do knowledge base over here. Like for this assistant over here, you can directly upload your PDF or your Google Docs file, and it will answer based on that. Now in these workflows over here, I do not know how you can add a knowledge base over here. That's why I found like two ways you can add knowledge base. One is through tag agent, or another one is writing the knowledge base in this FAQ node only. So you'll be like knowledge base, and basically and type in your entire knowledge base right here and then, or you can create a new conversational node. That node is basically a knowledge base node over here, knowledge base node. In that you write your entire knowledge base node. So whenever the customer asks question, you will always refer to that node and answer the question. By doing this, it will reduce latency. You'll have very less latency. The another method I showed you is the RAG agent that I mentioned, that is built in N8N. That will take a lot of time. That will increase latency because it will make tool call to this webhook. Then it is connected to an AI agent. That AI agent will take the customer question, and then it will call the superbase tool, the superbase where the knowledge base is stored, the vector database. It will go there. It will find the relevant answers to the questions, get the data, do all that paraphrasing or thinking process, and then respond to the webhook. So basically, by doing all of this, takes a lot of time. So it will increase latency. So when you're speaking to the customer, you want the latency as minimum as possible. So that's why I do not recommend you doing the RAG agent. I just recommend writing the knowledge base in this same node, in this FAQ node only. If it's like a small knowledge base, you can add it in this FAQ node only. But if it is like a, let's say, a huge knowledge base, then I recommend like you create like a separate knowledge base node and make it like a global node only, because it will go, it can handle the customer question as well. So what I said was like click on here knowledge base. So what are the services now? This wellness center offers like fitness services and spa treatments. So let me just show you like a spa services. So just type the knowledge base and all the I had used are all done by ChatGPT. So I just go on ChatGPT, like ask it to like create a knowledge base for a wellness center that focuses on spa services and fitness services, and just gives me the list of services that has. So for spa services, I mentioned I've seen like, let's say there's something called as Swedish massage. Swedish massage. Basically, give a description like this is a full body massage, something like that, and then you can also give the price. So don't mind the spelling, guys. I'm just typing, however, I'm just typing like that really. Let me just click on this thing. Price will be like let's say I don't know, 100 to $300 per session, something like that. And then duration, basically how long will this body massage will take. You can type like 45 minutes or 60 minutes, anything you want. Like this only you can build like multiple. I recommend like if you're building this out, like what are your best selling services? Mention those services in this note, so that something like that, and just click on save over here. Now that's your entire FAQ node with the knowledge base over here, or you can just add like a different separate node, make it a global node as well. So you can just click on conversational node. You can change this name to knowledge base, and you can just type your entire knowledge base over here, and then you can just go here and enable this thing so that it becomes global node. So you can do that as well. So let me just delete this thing over here. Now let me walk you through the different conversational flow. Now After doing this, now you want to, you also, after going down this node, you also want this agent to be like, after asking the question like, is there anything else you want help with? Can I schedule an appointment for you? So like that, and then move on to the transfer them into this node over here. So to do that, again, we're going to be using a conversational mode only. So click on Command Shift C. You will get a conversational mode. You can go here. Here you can say, oh shit, yeah. You can be like after you have answered the customer question or queries or whatever, ask them if they would like to book an appointment for that service. Basically, something like this only. You can do like this, and then you can send down two pathways. Let me just remove this yellow this condition because it is not required over here. So let me just click on this. Here we want to send them in two different paths. So if they say no, you just want to like end the call. If they want to say yes, it will go down to the scheduling appointment over here. So to do that also, I'll show you. You can just click on Command Shift C, not this. To open the developer tool over here. Yeah, let me just go back. Oh no. No, I think I lost the entire process. I didn't save. Okay, no, I have. Okay, now I'll show you. Now is Command Shift C. You get a conversational mode. So you just connect to this. So you'll be like over here. If the caller does not want to book an appointment, you can just end the call over here, or you can send them different pathways or different conversational path that you want. I just want to end the call for this demo purpose, but you can do a different path way if you want to. The customer does not want to book an appointment. Do that, click on save. So if the customer does not want to book an appointment, we want to end the call, right? So we do not want to send them a conversation pathway. So let me just change this. If the caller wants to book an appointment, if the caller wants and wants to book an appointment, if the caller wants to book an appointment, you can send down to this path over here. Basically, you can just go to this over here, this schedule appointment. If whatever the prompt that you've written over here, just copy paste and write this prompt over here. And then after doing that, we also want to like make a tool call, right? So to do that, you can just add another node for tool call node over here. Click on this tool call node, drag it over here, and connect it over here. And here you can select a tool. Now this tool, I'll show you how to do this. If you can't see any tools over here, it means that you haven't created a tool in this tool section over here. So first, you need to create a tool. When you create a tool, you will see all the tools over here. So if the user wants to book an appointment, obviously we're going to be first using the check availability tool. Then do that, and then again we'll be like inform the user that the time slot is available. After that, book the appointment and use the another tool like that. So that's going to be this part if the customer wants to book an appointment. Now let's say what if the customer does not want to book an appointment. So for that, we just want to end the call, right? So you can just click on this end call over here, drag this over here, connect it to this, and here you can see another small yellow box condition. Here you can type like if the caller does not want to book an appointment. So when they say that, you can just end the call right there, like in a polite way. So that's the entire FAQ flow. This is just a basic, simple flow, but obviously it's going to take like I built this like on the fly. But when you are building this, obviously I want you guys to test it out multiple times, see what works, see what doesn't work, and then move ahead. So here the end message will be like, thank you for your time. You can always, oh my god, reach out to me at any time. I'm available like 24 past 7, something like that you can say, and then just end the call. So you can do that. Here also in this conversational node you need to specify as well. So you'll be like, if the caller wants to book an appointment, send them down the book appointment path, like that. And then here is like, if the customer does not want to book an appointment, then call the end call function to end the call politely. So that's basically how you write this thing here. So let me just click on this vertical layout over here so that it will rearrange everything for me. Then go ahead. Here again, you do not want, you can just remove the condition because we do not want any condition right over here. It is like just unnecessary condition. So just go over here and just click over here and click on backspace. There's no this thing over here. Now this thing, it didn't get saved. Wait. Yeah, you do actually, you do not need any conversational part. You can just say it in this conversational node only. You can mention it over here only. So when I'm mentioning it already over there, then you do not require this another conversational part. You can just delete this. You can just directly connect it to the check availability tool after using the check availability tool, and then proceed with the booking. So like that way, like customer wants to book. Okay. Now let me walk you through the scheduling appointment as well. So the same thing over here. This node, this is going to be your main node, your welcome message. That is going to be connected to 4 different sub nodes. One is for FAQ, one is for scheduling appointments, one is for rescheduling, and one is for canceling. So let me just add another 2 nodes over here. Click on this. I don't know, just delete that. Okay. Drag and drop over here. This is for rescheduling appointments. Another one, this is for canceling appointments. So let me just rename everything over here. So go click on this node, conversation node. You type like rescheduling appointments. Don't mind the spelling, guys. I just don't care about the spellings because I do all of these things at the end. So, and this is for canceling appointments. So click on this. Now in my previous video also you have seen, like in voice flow, you guys were asking me like the step-by-step process. Right now how I am showing you the step-by-step process, that's the same thing exactly built even in voice flow. The only difference is that this is a voice agent and that is a text-based agent. So that's all there is. Let me just rearrange everything over here. So if the customer has any questions, it will go down to this path that is connected to this node over here. That will also book the appointment and also end the call if required. So let me just go back over here. So this is for scheduling appointment. This is going to be here. This is for rescheduling appointment. And this is for canceling appointment. So here in this small yellow box is like the condition box. Here I've said if the customer has any question, we'll go down this. Here you'll be like, if the caller wants to book / schedule an appointment. So when you write this, if it meets this condition, it will go down this path over here. So let this thing load. If the caller wants to book an appointment, yeah, that's that. And you'll be like, let me just copy this. Yeah, let me just search this spelling. If the caller wants to book / schedule an appointment, click on Command C. Go to this condition block. You paste it over here. You'll be like, if the caller wants to reschedule, not book and schedule. So this is for rescheduling. So you'll be like reschedule an appointment. That's that. Here also will be like if the caller wants to cancel an appointment. Cancel an appointment. When you do that, click on save. So let me walk you through this now, the scheduling process, scheduling appointment. Okay, first let me show you how the tool is built. So first let me show you in this tool. I'll show you how to build this and connect it to tool. So first you click on save, you have saved this and go to this toolbar section over here. Click on that. It will take you to this page over here. You can see this click on create tool over here. Now I've already built this out over here, but I'll show you again. So click on create tool. You want to create a custom tool, a custom function. So just click on that. So this is for booking an appointment, right? So before we book an appointment, we want to check the availability. So for that, just type the tool name, check availability, something like that. Give it the description like use this tool, trigger this tool before booking an appointment, something like that. Like take the callers before date and time for the appointment and check if the time slot is available or not. That's basically a description for this check availability. And then when you scroll up, you can see the server settings in the server URL. Now this URL is basically going to be the webbook URL that you'll get. One second, man. I'm too sleepy right now. So in make.com hub, you have a webbook. You create a webbook, you get the URL. You just copy paste that URL and just paste it over here. When you paste it over here, just click on save again. After doing that, you also want to send the in this for check availability. You're sending in the callers before date and time, right? So you this is going to be a post request. So you want to send a parameter as well. You can do this through JSON as well. Like if you enable this, you can do it with JSON. But if you do not know how to do JSON or not, you can just click on this add property. Here you can be like preferred date and time, and the description for this will be like this is the callers before date and time for the appointment, basically like that, and click on required because if you do not click on required, then it will call this tool without if the customer gives out their preferred date and time, or if they don't give us the date and time, it will just go ahead with that. You do not want that. You just want it to be required. It will only go through if you have given the preferred date and time. If you haven't given the preferred date and time, then it will not call this check availability tool. So after doing that, click on apply over here. After doing that, then just click on save. So just that's all. That's the check availability function. This is the one you created. Now go back to workflows over here. Click on the workflows, and over here you can add like a tool over here. You create a new tool over here. Connect it to this tool node over here. You do not want that. You want to connect it to this. Now you can see you should select a tool. So click on that, and you can see the tool you just created, the check availability tool. Click on that, and you can see the tool is now connected to this. So that's how you connect the tool. Now another thing I want to mention is that now the tool name is called check availability. Now this check availability should be exactly the same thing over here. You rename for this tool over here as well, because this thing is very case sensitive. If the capital letters or if it is not capital letters, please check that and then give the exact name. So that's that. And click on this and click on save. So that's the check availability tool. You can also give in the condition we like. So where did my tool? Okay, after that you can be like this is the check availability pathway. You can just type like check availability and just be more specific in the prompt. Like in this node over here, you can be more specific. So that in this condition you can just type like check availability. So when you type that, the agent will understand which part it will go, which part it should go down. So that. Oh my god, I need to put my laptop to charge. So let me just do that. No wonder my laptop was hanging so much, or it was so slow. So type like check availability, and then just click on save again. Everything simple. Now I showed you how the tool is built. Now let me show you the prompt. For this also you can add like a first message, just like how I added the first message for that. But if you do not want to add, it's your choice. So here again you can type like a rule, and you'll be like, you are an excellent appointment booking chatbot, appointment booking voice agent for policies wellness center. Like that, you can book, cancel, and reschedule appointments for the caller or for the customer or for the user, anything for the customers. Something that's the main role over here. Then after that, we wanted to give like on instructions, I guess. Uh, yeah, first let's say that first we'll see, take the check availability too. Or no, like before you start. Now in the previous the FAQ node, in the first message I had written like before you start, please collect the user's name. But if you are not using, you can just type it in this system plot and you will like double hashtags. And you will like before you start collect the customer's name or the caller's name, something like that. When you do that, and you like and store it. Now this is where you can use the dynamic variable also. Store it inside this variable. So to create a double dynamic variable, you just do this double curly brackets, type the variable name, and close it with curly brackets, and you can see it changed into this purple over here. So it shows that this is a dynamic variable. So then just that, do that, and also after that, after collecting their name, you also want to collect their details. So for that you'll be like customer details, and you'll be like triple hashtags. I use three hashtags over here. This just means that this is like heading 3. Like in HTML you have like H1, H2, and H3. So this customer details is H2 and this is H3. So that's why I've used like that. So you'll be like mm, to book an appointment with us, you must collect the details below, something like that. And you can be like, now the name you have already collected the name, so you can be like, you have already asked for the customer's name, don't ask it again. So you can say that. So it will skip over the same question again and again. Then you can move on like ask for their email, email address, and then you'll be like for their phone number, and you'll be like, right now I'm in India, right? So the valid phone number is going to be a 10-digit number. So you can be like you can also say like the number should be a 10-digit number. Should be 10-digit number. Something like that. You can also say, and you can also give it an example of a 10-digit number if you want. So you can be like an example with the country code. So always then you can just type like some random chuttu number. So that's going to be, I don't even know if it's 10 over here. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So that's the 10-digit number, and then you'll be like ask them what type of service they are booking in for, and then finally ask for their preferred date and time. So you can do like this also. So now used over here variables, you need not use the dynamic variables over here, but you can also use, you can be like for this preferred date and time, you can also store it in this, I can double curly brackets and type in the variable here. So like preferred, the preferred date time. So that's the variable over here. For the service over here, it's going to be the service type. So you can be like, it's going to be a service type, close curly brackets. So this is going to be a phone number, can be like a phone number, close brackets. And this is going to be for their email address. So you can just type email and close brackets. So these are all getting now stored inside this variable over here. And now you want to extract these variables that you have just created. So for that, you can just go over here, click on extract variables. You can see over here, you can see again, I said, like I mentioned before, if you want to add variables here, you can add. If you do not want, you can also skip this as well. You can just directly add the variables over here. So when you add the same variables that I've added over here, the same thing is going to get added over here. So that's the another way of adding variables. So I collected the name. Here is going to be the description. This is going to be like the name of the customer. Same like this only. And click on save. Then you can type like the email, phone number, and you'll be like, this is the email of the customer. This is the phone number of the customer. Like that only, you extract all the customer's contact details. Now that's that. Now you collected the customer's contact details. Now what's next? To book an appointment, first you must check the availability. So to do that again, we're going to be using double hashtags over here, and you like check availability, availability process, something like that. And you'll be like, before you proceed with the booking process, I want you to check with the customers before can reference the variable that you just created. Before date, check if the customer's before daytime is available or not. Like that. This to do this, call the check availability function that you just created. So go over here. Wow. Now the spelling, make sure it is exactly as it is the tool name that you have given. If because it is very case sensitive. If the let me just check over here, check availability. Let me just create this. Click on save over here. Yeah, now it is saved. And let me just move this. Yeah, here you can see the first letter of this thing is a capital C. But if by mistake if you have written like a small letter C, it will not call this tool. It will call this tool, but it will make like a lot of errors. I've done this multiple times before, and that's why. And it took me a long time to realize. So that's why it's important that it is exactly as the tool name of it. So that's called the check availability. So that's that. And then here you can be like after that, yeah, that's all the prompt for this scheduling appointment. We're going to make again, I told you we're going to be splitting the prompts, right? Because this is going to be a conversational AI. So this is that much. When you do that, when you collected all the details and you said you will take the customers before date and time and run the check availability function. So when it run, now this thing is going to be running in that make.com scenario that is built, the backend automation. So let's just say the appointment is available. So when the appointment is available, we want to let the customer know about, we want to inform the customer that the time slot is available, right? So to do that again, we're going to be using a conversational node. So just click on that. Basically, how in the voice flow I showed you, in the API tool calling you made, and you're going to be capturing that response, right? The webhook response. And in that webhook response, you're going to be using another like a send message node in voice flow. And in that, you're going to use that variable that webhook response was there stored, and you enter that webhook so that the customer will know that the will get the same response that the agent got. So for the same thing is going to be built over here. So here you can type like rename it like webhook response, something like that. Click on this, and here the prompt will be like inform the caller about the response you got from the result from the yeah inform the caller about the response you got from the result of tool calling. So you can say like I just said like inform the caller about the response. I didn't say that inform the caller that the time slot is available, or inform the caller that the time slot is not available, because it will take the customer's preferred date and time. It will give you two options. It will say it is either available, it is not available. So we just want the agent, the webhook response to decide that. So I've just written like inform the you caller about the response that you get. That's that. When you do that, it will inform the customer that if it is available or not. And then you can be like, after informing them, ask them, or confirm the appointment is there. After informing them, confirm the appointment details with them, and confirm the details with them. Proceed with the booking appointment, and proceed with booking the appointment. Don't mind the spelling, guys. I know I'm repeating myself so many times, but confirm. This case will confirm. After inform them, confirm the appointment details with them, and proceed with booking the appointment. So like that, you can do like that. And then after doing that, you will connect it to another node, another tool called node, that is the booking appointment. So let me just you don't need this condition again over here. This is just unnecessary. So you can just click on this and just select all and click on backspace, and it will remove the condition. Here we are going to be doing another tool call. So Command Shift O for is the shortcut for this tool called node. When you do this, again you're going to be connecting it to this node. Here you are going to select the tool, and here the tool will be book appointment. Now this book appointment is the same thing exactly how you build the check availability tool, how I showed you how to build. The same thing is going to be built for booking appointment, rescheduling, and cancel. That's how you book. So when you this thing, now it will book the appointment. After doing that, again we want to use another conversation node, telling them that, informing the user that the appointment has been booked successfully. So then you will like inform the caller that their appointment has been booked, something like that. When you do that, and you can say like ask them if they need help, again prompt them with if they need help with anything else, or if they have any questions, if they want to know more about our services or where they offer, something like that. If they say yes, then it will, because I told you that FAQ, this node over here is a global node, so it will capture the intent, it will go over there. Or if the customer has nothing else to do, or doesn't have anything else, then you can just again end the call over here. So that's the so this is the step-by-step process for scheduling appointment and check availability in Vapi. Now for rescheduling also, it's going to be the same thing. Also for rescheduling, the prompt is going to be like, I would like to reschedule an appointment. Let me just restart it again. Okay, to reschedule an appointment with us, you will collect few details from the customer. So the details will be like, collect their name, email, and the existing appointment date and time. Existing appointment date and time, and also their new date and time, because we're rescheduling the appointment, right? So we'll collect their name, email, existing appointment date and time, and the new date and time. We'll collect their email because we will send an email confirmation, rescheduling confirmation to their email. They will use this existing appointment date and time to search the appointment, that to search if this appointment exists in a Google Calendar. If it exists, we're going to be changing the date and time to the new date and time that they mentioned. So that's the entire rescheduling process. And you'll be like, you should ask these details one by one and not all at once. You should ask these details one by one and not all at once. You can say like that. Click on that. You can also make this node also as global, so if you want to make it, but I'm just leaving it like that. So that's that, and just click on extract variable. Here you can again You can add variable over here. The variable that you're extracting from this node is going to be the name. Again, you can give the name as the name of the customer who wants to reschedule. Oh my god, bro, the spelling. I'm just writing it exactly like I have like that, but you get the idea, right? Here we're going to be caching the name, email, and like current date, date, time. Here you can mention like this is the existing appointment date and time. Then click on save. Then add another variable. This is going to be for new date and time. So it'll be like new date time or not cancel. Go here, new date time. This is the new date and time the customer wants to reschedule at. So that's that. Wait, yeah, that's that, and click on save. When you do that again, it's going to be the same thing over here. Here we have used the check availability here. From check availability, we are going to be capturing the response, informing the user, and then proceed with the booking appointment. Now I didn't rename the tool over here, so let me just rename the tool. Here the tool name is book appointment, all capital letters. So just copy this, click on this tool and click on command V and enter this. So that's going to be the tool name over here, and then also informing the user. You can remove all of this condition over here. You do not want the condition. I do not want to delete that, but wait, let me just connect it again. Connect it, click on this, click that user. I do not want anything else. Over here. That's that. Click on save. Now the same thing is going to be do the same thing for this rescheduling as well. For rescheduling, again we're going to be using a tool called tool node. So just connect it to a tool node over here. Click on this. Here you can see a reschedule appointment. Just click on that. Again, we'll use the conversational node telling the, let me just duplicate this so it becomes much more easier for me. Do that, drag it over here, drag it into there, then connect it to this, and we will like inform the here to inform the caller about the response you got from the tool caller. Yeah, after informing, yeah, you need to remove this. You don't require this. Actually, you don't even require that also. Inform the caller. Inform the caller that their appointment has been rescheduled, and you like tell them they will receive an email confirmation and an SMS, something like that. Now all of this is going to be built on make.com that I will show you also, which now I before in the video I mentioned that I'm going to be showing the step-by-step process for this check availability. I might do the same thing for this rescheduling. I will not do it for booking appointment and canceling because that's the easy one. So these two can get a little bit tricky. So that's why I will show you these two only. So you do not want the condition again because it is not required at all. You're not passing down any condition. You just want this node to go to this node, from this node to this node. So you do not need any condition. Let me just rename this tool also. The tool is going to be reschedule appointment. So wait, let me go here, copy this, consider. Yeah. Now the webhook response is it will tell the customer that their appointment has been rescheduled. Again, I told you in the same flows, if the customer has like any questions, you can like in this prompt or you can be like after that ask them if they need any help or want to speak to a human agent, something like that. You can type if they say yes. If they want to speak to a human agent, then we can just directly connect it to a human agent node over here. So you just click on add a node. Here you can see the transfer call. Click on that. In this transfer call, you can obviously, but I'm just going to be leaving it like that. Now in this transfer call, you're going to be seeing two types of destinations. So you can transfer the call either through phone number or SIP. I will show you the through phone number. The phone number is basically going to be through Twilio, the phone number that you bought on Twilio. The extension, I don't know what this extension is, so I'm just going to leave it blank. The caller ID, whatever the caller ID that you want. The message to the customer, you can be like the customer requested to speak to a human agent, something like that. Or you can also be like, oh no, this is the message to the customer, sorry. So for the customer, for message to the customer, you will be like, hold on a second, yeah, hold on a second while I transfer, something like that. Transfer to your, oh my god, bro. Transfer you to a human agent, something like that. And you can also give it a description. Basically, description is basically telling the AI when it should use this phone number, like that. And the transfer plan, there are multiple different types of transfer plan, like a blind transfer, warm transfer with summary or something like that. Let's say warm transfer with message. So with that message, it will go message to the operator. This operator is the human agent. So you will like, here you will type the customer has requested to speak to a human agent, or you can tell that the customer is going through some problem with us that requires a human attention or something like that also. So just click on save. So that's your entire transfer call also. So let's see over here. Let me just create another conversational node. Oh no, not conversational. I don't know what that error is. Something must have gone wrong, but we'll see that later. So we want to create let's say if the customer does not want to speak to an user or to the human agent or does not have any questions, we want to end the call. If the customer, let me just close this. If the customer wants to speak to a human agent, we'll transfer the call as well. Close Baba. Yeah. Go over here, connect it to this transfer call over here. You will get this small node over here, this condition block. In this condition block, you can say like wants to speak to a human. So that's the condition. When it wants to speak to a human, it will go to that node, transfer call node. Everything. Click on save, drag it over here. This end call will be like if the customer does not want to speak to a human or wants to end the call. Now it's a bit laggy. It's fine though. Okay, yeah, the error it did not get saved because I did not enter the phone number over there. You need to enter the phone number before saving. That's why you got that error message. So the condition will be like wants to end the call. It's pretty simple. After doing that, you can just go to this transfer call and add the phone number and then save this entire workflow. Just click on this, drag it over a little bit so that it is not congested. Click on transfer call. Just click on that. Yeah. Here you need to enter the phone number. This is some random two number. So just type, oh, this should be with the country code. So just type some random number. So let me see, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some number and click on save. When you do that, it will get saved. Yeah, here you can see it is saved successfully. Now that's the entire appointment booking voice agent built in Vapi. I did not show you the this thing cancel appointment, but I'm pretty sure you guys now have an idea of how to build this appointment booking agent in this workflow section. For the cancel appointment, again it's the same thing only. So that's that. Now I'm going to pause this recording over here. I will record another video and I will show you the step-by-step process of the check availability function and the rescheduling availability function in make.com. After that, and then I'll show you the demo. Sorry, if the video already is like 1 hour 20 minutes right now. Okay guys, now I'm going to be showing you how you can build the check availability and the rescheduling appointment workflow in make.com. So let me just open make.com right now. If you don't have an account, you can just click on get started for free. You'll get a free 30-day free trial. So that's like 1 month of make.com completely free. So you can use all the paid features as well, like the make.com AI agents. but I already have an account, a free account, so I'm just going to be logging in. So yeah, I'm going to be walking you through the check availability completely from the scratch and the rescheduling. For booking appointment and canceling, I won't be doing it because I have told you many times already that the easiest one. So I guess you guys can figure it out. Now, when you come over here, you should go to your scenarios. When you go to your scenarios, click on a new scenario. Or else, if you want to be more organized, you can also create a folder, and inside that folder, you can create a new scenario. So let me just create a new scenario over here. So the first node is going to be a webhook node because remember in the Vapi, this thing you have created check availability tool. So that tool is basically sending all the for the check availability, we're captioning the customer's preferred date and time and sending it through make.com through webhooks. So you click on webhook over here, you get let me just show you. Click on this plus over here. When you click, you can see webhook. Then click on custom webhook. When you do that, you will get a pop-up message box over here. It's loading for me. Yeah, when this thing pops up, you can click on add over here. This is basically giving a name for this webhook. So this is going to be check availability webhook. So just type check availability webhook and click on save. So you get this URL over here. You need to copy this address URL. And in that Vapi, in the tool calling, you have the server settings. In there, you have a URL tab. You need to paste it over there. So let me just quickly rename this. So this is going to be check availability. Yeah. Now, after you get the in this webhook, you're going to be receiving the customer's preferred date and time from Vapi. So when you get that, it's you need to store it inside a variable. Now I use set. You can go to tools over here. Inside these tools, you can go scroll down. You can see the set multiple variables, or you can use set variable. But I use set multiple variables. Click on that and click on add item over here. You can just give the name for this variable. That is going to be preferred date and time. Preferred date and time, and the variable value is going to be whatever you get from this webhook over here. So whatever the value you get, so when the customer says like tomorrow at 3 p.m., today at 2 p.m., or next Monday at 5 p.m., the time, the preferred date and time, that is going to be the response you get from this webhook. In that webhook, you just need to take that webhook response and add it over here. But now you just need to add everything like manually because we're going to be testing this, right? So you will be like, right now it's like 3:45 p.m. So let's say today at 6 p.m. So that is the just do this for testing purposes. This tools over here, and when you do that, click on unlink over here. You can see this small circle over here. Just drag and drop it on this tool, and now this is going to be your this tool node is going to be your now your trigger node. Click on save and then click on run once. So when it run once, you can see this output as preferred date and time today at 6 p.m. Now we'll take this output and now we'll start building this workflow. Now after this, we will send the customer preferred date and time. We'll store it in this thing. Now in Google Calendar, this is there. This security reasons. It will only take in UTC format. Now this today at 6 p.m. is just a natural language, which is like a NLP. It's like today at 6 p.m. It's not like in UTC format, UTC ISO 8601 format. So to do that, we'll use ChatGPT to convert this time into UTC format. According to my time zone. So my time zone is UTC plus 5:30, but in your whichever country you are in, you need to type that time zone. So click on OpenAI, search OpenAI, click on that. You can go down, you can see this create a completion prompt. Click on that. When you click on that, first you need to obviously make an OpenAI connection over here. If you do not know how to do this, you just go to your OpenAI platform.openai. In that you can go and create an API key. I'm pretty sure you guys already know how to do this. There's like multiple YouTube videos out already. So you can just refer to that and then connect it to this. After connecting, choose a model. So I'll choose GPT-4o mini, but you can also choose GPT-4o system as well. So let me just choose, okay, never mind. I'll choose GPT-4o system. Now we're going to give this chat GPT module a system prompt and a user prompt. Click on add message over here. The role you select a developer slash system, and you just type you are a helpful, intelligent, intelligent booking assistant. So basically, that is your like system prompt over here, a simple prompt, a one line prompt, and then click on add message again, and click select user. Here we are going to be given the instructions like converting the customer's preferred date and time into UTC ISO 8601 format. So we'll be like give some context to this. So you'll be like uh, you will receive uh, you will receive the customer's preferred date and time for the appointment. Your job is to take that time and convert it to UTC format. UTC, try to times in UTC plus 530 in ISO 8601 format. So that's the, and I think when you do that, also specify like um only put the time, converted date, yeah, converted date time, no summary, no explanation, just the output. You can also say put in the following JSON format. So when you do that, just go down. Now open with curly brackets. Go here, write like before date and time again. Okay, time. Then you'll be like the output goes here. So that's the JSON format over here. Now this is the like literally the entire user prompt. Then again you click on add message, click on user once again. Here we're going to be providing the actual data, the actual customer's before date and time. In this prompt you can also I'll just run it once. If it gives me error, then it's better to give like an example of how an ISO 8601 format looks like. So now you're taking this time. Now this chat GPT doesn't know what the current time is, or the agent doesn't know what the current date and time is. So for that, we'll use an inbuilt system variable in the make.com variable, a now function basically telling what the current date and time is. So we'll be like, here is the current date and time. So for that, now to access this, you can go to this date format over here, and you can see this blue now variable. Now you can do it through here also, or if you want, you can open with double curly brackets now and close curly brackets. You get the same thing as well now. So that's that, and then here is the customer's preferred date and time. So here you will enter the variable, the actual customer variable. So right over there, and that's pretty much it. Leave everything else the same, and go click on this show advanced settings. When you go here, and you can see the response format, you change that from text to JSON object. So when you do that, and if you want to pass JSON also, you can do it. Yeah, you can just click on pass JSON as well, and then click on save. When you do that, then click on save over here, and after doing that, then click on run once. Now let's see if it takes the time and converts it into ISO 8601 format. Now then click on this. Let me click on choices. Here you can see the message, the customer. Now you can see there it's in the correct format, but what it has done, it has added 5 hours 30 minutes to the 6 p.m. So the customer's date and time is 6 p.m. but here it's showing 11:30. So that means it has added 5 hours 30 minutes to the 6 p.m. We do not want that. So again we need to specify this agent again that the customer's preferred date and time is already in UTC plus 530 time zone. Don't add extra, don't add us for that. So here, messed up over here. Your job is to take the time converting to UTC framework. Specify here the custom preferred date and time is already in UTC plus 5:30 time zone. Don't add to that time. Just convert it to ISO 860 format. So like that. So now again we can give like an example also. So just scroll down over here, click over here, go down. So you type example. Now for this example, just click on save over here. I just show you how to quick and easy hack. Go over here. You can click on even this result as well. Take this over here, copy this, Command C or Control C, then go back over here. Click on this ChatGPT module again and let this thing load. Then scroll down in the example, just paste it over here. Paste it. When you paste it, just change this 11:30 to 6 p.m. or any other time. So like for example, this thing like this. Then let's say like a different time, like 3 o'clock. You just want it like this format. So then just click on save. Click on this again, save, and then click on run once again. Now it should give the right output, but let's just see. Yeah, now you can see it has given the right output. Now today's date is 11th July, so it is 11th July, and the appointment date is 6 o'clock, so it is given here 6 o'clock. You can see over here, and it is in my time zone. So that's the exact UTC ISO 8601 format. Now after that, we are going to be using search module in sorry, not search module, get free busy information in Google Calendar. So let me just you can just type get free busy information. When you do that, obviously you need to connect it to your Google Calendar. Your connection again, it's very easy. You just need to sign in with Google. When you do that, you can just connect it to that. After making a connection, it will ask for your minimum time and maximum time. The minimum time is going to be the customer's preferred date and time. Just click on the result that you get from this ChatGPT over here. Then the maximum time. Now the appointment, again, it depends upon the appointment. So I'm just for this demo purposes, let's just do 1 hour. So the appointment lasts only for 1 hour. So for that, we need to add 1 hour to this customer date and time. So the end time, maximum time is going to be 7 p.m. So how do you do that? Go to this date format function over here. You can see add hours, or you can also use add minutes. When you use add minutes, you need to type in like 60 minutes. For add hours, you just need to type 1 minute. So let me just show you with add minutes. So click on add minutes, backspace that. The result is the preferred date and time. Click on that, this thing over here, and click on 60. So that is 60 minutes. Then close the brackets. So that's all, and then map it. You don't need to map anything over here. Let me just unmap. Click on add item over here. The calendar ID also is just going to be your email that is connected to your Google Calendar. So just click on this, and you can see this is my main email. Click on that. When you map it also, you're just going to be typing your emails. So this when you map it, this is just going to be your email. So then click on save. So what it does right now, this get free busy information is now you booked an appointment for 6 p.m. Now we are putting that into Google Calendar to check if there's any appointments that exist for today at 6 p.m. Checking free or busy time slots for using this thing. So just click on the run once again. When it does, it will run everything. So and then click on this small bubble that will come over here. Now you can see over here the minimum time is July 11, 2025, 6 p.m. and the end time is 7 p.m. because it's like a 1 hour appointment. Now when you click on this calendar, click on this again, you will get this busy over here. Click on it again and you can see it's empty. So if it comes as empty, it means that the time slot is available. Like there's no calendar event for that time slot. So when it comes like that, it means the time is available. Now, after doing this, I'll just show you another way. So let me just go to Google Calendar and let me create an event for 6 p.m. today. So when you create an 6 p.m. for today, it will come as a busy time slot. So let me just go over here. So today is over here. Let me just create an event over here quickly. So we'll go here, type some like random like booked, add time. So the time is going to be 6 p.m. obviously. So type 6 p.m. 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Click on save. Now the appointment has been booked here for 6 p.m. today. Now let me just close this. Now click on save again and let me click on run once again. So when it run once again, it will not come as empty. It will come as it will show this calendar event. So when you do that everything, it ran once. Go this side, click on this small bubble. Now go back over here, calendar. Click on calendar. Click on my this thing email. Click on busy. Now you can see this one over here. Click on that, and you can see there's an appointment. There's an for if it comes like this, it means that there is an event scheduled for 6 p.m. So therefore, it is not available. So that means this time 6 p.m. time slot is not available. So that's how it works. So now we are going to be using a router model because we want to send two different ways. So if it is available, we want to go ahead and book the appointment. If it's not available, we'll suggest two alternative different time slots. So to create a router, you can just go to click on this green flow control, click on that flow control, and you can just scroll down over here. You can see this router over here. Click on that, drag over here, and just click on this router again over here. Now you can see now we want to send two different ways. Now this, let me just create a filter. We are going to be differentiating by a filter. So just click on this, add a filter. Now give it a name. So this is like available. So available in this condition over here, you can see the calendars. You click on this my email, and you can see this busy over here. Just click on like this. You do not want to like click on like this and then do it. You just click on this busy entire with this, and then the text operator is going to be array length equal to. So just go here and search like array length, and you can see array length equal to. When you do that, that array length equal to should be to 0. So that means there no event exists. So that time slot is completely available. So for that, it should be equal to 0. So then click on save. When you click on save, it will go down this path. Here you can just, here only you can go ahead, click on Google Calendar and book an event over here. Like you can create an event, you can do that. Or you can like what I did in the check availability and also in voice flow. My previous video is that I took made like a webbook response, or like in for this voice agent that I built, like in this Vapi, go click on this Vapi over here. There's an inbuilt tool. There are two versions over here. Click on version 1. So when you click on version 1, you'll see this respond to tool call. When you do that, you just need to enter the tool call ID and the result. So the result is basically telling it like the time slot is available. Now this tool call ID you will get from the webbook request that you have made. I have not made any webbook request, that's why you can't see, but I will do that later. When you do that, that's going to be your tool call ID. The result is just going to be simple like your, no, not your, like create use the times is available, something like that. So that you say you're sending this back to the voice agent in Vapi. When you send that back, the Vapi will understand, or great, now the time slot is available, and then it will inform the user that the time slot is available. Then from there, it will proceed to booking the appointment. Now for not available time slot, you just give it a name, click on not available. When you do that, the condition is going to be the same thing. Do here, you can see this busy object over here. Click on that. Here the array length should be greater. So click on search array. Here you can see array length greater than. Click on that. That's going to be a text operator. Greater than 0. So if it is greater than 0, that means the event exists and therefore the time slot is not available. So when you do that, click on save over here. After that, we are going to be, so I said we are going to be suggesting two alternative times, right? So to do that, we need to take this time over here that we get from the customer's preferred agreement, that is 6 p.m. We need to set that time. No, wait. Let me not get mistaken. Wait. So now the time slot is not available. We need to set the time to midnight so that we get all the available and busy time slots for the day, or like all, like if you have like some three different appointments booked, you want to get all of it, and then from there you want to find the free time slots in those for the day and then recommend those time slots. So to do that, we're going to be using another let me just see what I've built over here. Yeah, we're going to be using a set variable step. So go on tools again, search tools, go over here, click on set variable. The variable name, just type like date time, date time. Then the variable, let me just go and refer to the make.com, the original one. Let me just close the Google Calendar. Let me just log in once again. So here again is going to be done in like midnight, right? So we're going to be formatting the date. So first you need to click on this over here. There's an option over here like a system variable build, like format date. Click on that. We format the date. So let this thing load. So click on scenarios again. Yeah, here you can see this formatted. Just to select that, and let me just show you what the formula looks like. So let me just click on this check availability. Click on that. I'm just waiting for it to load right now. It takes too much time because my laptop is pretty old, so that's why. In these type of moments only it will test your patience. So I just have to be patient, right? This is taking too much time to load, man. Oh my god, bro. How the hell am I going to finish this video right now? My god, bro. I know the date time formula, but I've forgotten how it works. I just want to refer it once again so that I don't run into any error. So here you're just going to be entering the date time. How much time, man? How much time? Let me just pause this recording. Okay, my recording stopped, but I stopped my recording because it was lagging too much. So that's why I'm re-recording this video. So we are going to be continuing from the same that we're setting the date and time to midnight, right? So we're going to be continuing from there only. So let this thing load right now, and let me just build it out for you. I just took like photos on my phone right now so that I can refer to it as well. So click on scenario, and you can see this check availability, the one that we just built right now. We are building right. So let this thing load. Let me put my laptop charge because it is slightly running out of charge. Okay, yeah. Now it has come over here. Now, yeah. Now we want to show. Yeah. Let me just go. Okay. Now for the not available time slot, we are going to be converting the time into midnight so that we can get all the available time slots for the day. And from there, we are going to be finding the free slots. So for that, we are going to be first going to be formatting the date. So click on that, click on format date, and the date and time is going to be the thing that ChatGPT has given out because this the customer date and time converted customer date and time in UTC format. So click on result. When you click on this, or you can just yeah, click on what did I say? Yeah, click on result over here. Yeah, when you click on result, this thing over here, semicolon, and here format date is any date and time format that you want. So I'm going to be using YY, then day. So that's that, and then close the bracket. When you close the bracket, we are going to be setting it to midnight, right? So you need to come into this math function. Where is this math function? I guess it's over here. Yeah, math function is this. Click on this plus operator that you can see over here. Click on that, and after clicking on that, we are going to be setting it to midnight, right? So in UTC in ISO 8601 format. So in that, it's going to be like T 00, then again colon 00 colon 00 is going to be in my time zone. So my time zone is plus 5:30. So it's going to be like that. So this is going to be midnight. By the way, if you do not know how to find this, just ask ChatGPT. It will just give you this format, and you can just do that. This plus 5:30. This is my time zone. You need to change it to your time zone. So that's all that is. Then click on save. After clicking on save, we are going to be using another Google get free busy information because we're going to be sending this midnight time to this get free busy information to get all the time slots for the day. So click on Google Calendar over here again. Click on get free. Just scroll down over here. You can see, yeah, you can see about get free busy information. When you do that, if you're already connected, then you don't need to connect it again. So when you do that, you can go over here. You can choose the date time. Yeah, the daytime over here, and the maximum time is going to be 24 hours because we want to get all the busy and free time slots for the day. So we're just going to be adding hours right to that time. So for that, we're going to be using add hours over here. Go over here, take this date and time that you got from the previous variable step over here, date time over here. Click on that, semicolon, and add 24 hours. Click on 24 and close bracket. Here in this calendar, click on add item, and this is calendar ID. Again, I told you it's just going to be your email. I just don't want to type my email right now, so I just want to select from this drop down menu that I get. It's not loading right now. Let me just wait for a bit. Okay, it's not loading. So let me just type the email manually. So it's just going to be the email that you're connected with your Google Calendar. So that's my email. So then click on save. After doing that, we're going to be transforming that into JSON. because we're going to be sending that into ChatGPT. So then click on here, then click on transform, or you can just type JSON over here, click on over here and scroll down and you can see transform to JSON. You can do that. Then show advanced settings. In this indentation, you want it to be set it to four spaces. Click on that. And here is basically first we need to run the module with. So let me just run the module. So click on unlink over here. So wait, how do I? So it's going to be like a trigger, right? Something trigger. So let me just unlink even this. So basically, why when you run this, you'll get again like how you in this first get free busy information. When you run, you got the busy this thing over here, right? You got this like busy thing over here. This is the same thing that we are looking for even this over here. So this thing is now lagging so much. It's doing all type of stuff. Just for once, man. Just for once. Just click on unlink. Then bring this small module, the small circle here. This is now going to be the trigger. We're just going to be running this. I don't think so this will work right now. Click on ignore warnings. Click on run anyway. Yeah, it did not work right now because this result we need the chat GPT result over here. So let me just put over here. Let me just disconnect this, unlink this. Let me just select all this, drag it over here, connect it to this, so that now it should work. Click on save and then click on run once. Okay, it came like it's not a valid date. So that means we should not use this result. Oh my god, bro. Let me just go over here, click on format date, and it's going to be the preferred date and time. Then just click on the paste thing here and then close the brackets. Then click on save. Then click on save over here. Now run this again. Hopefully it should work right. Okay, it's now this is not showing validate. Add as finished with an error. This thing is not a validate. So what did it show? So just click on this. Oh my bad, you should not use this date and time. You should use the customer's preferred date and time. That's why it came as an error. Click on this. Then click on save and then run once again. Yeah, now it will work. See, now it will. So when you do that, now you can see there should be one event over here. You can click on one busy and you can see the one event over here. Because when you remember, if you remember, like when we were doing for the first get free busy information, I created an appointment for 6 p.m. So now that's why it has shown here like one event for 6 p.m. over here. So that's basically it. That's how you do it. So after doing that, we're going to be connecting it to JSON. So just connect it to JSON. This is transforming it to JSON. So when you transform into JSON, click on show advanced settings. The indentation should be 4 spaces and the object is going to be the busy. So click over here and you can see the busy over here. Click on that. That's going to be that. And now the rest everything is going to be left ChatGPT. So when you wait, now this thing is come over here. Let me just see this again. Yeah, everything is fine. Now I need to connect it to this thing over here. Now let me connect it to ChatGPT where we are going to convert the same time again into UTC format. So click on OpenAI. Click on create a completion prompt. So when you do that, let me just show you what the prompt is, what the prompt I've written. So yeah, we are just going to be doing the same prompt that I built for the first one. So again, choose a model. I'm going to be choosing GPT-4o system. When you do that, again, we are going to give a system message, basically telling it that convert the date and time into this thing format, and you need to output only that name. So you'll be like, your role is to only output only output OUT, only output the close. No, okay, no, I'm writing the different prompt. Okay, no, it's the right prompt only. I keep getting confused because it's been a while since I've seen this prompt over here, so that's why. Yeah, it's the same thing. Your job is to provide close alternative times that the user can book in for Then in caps you can write like do not output any notes slash text. You must output this in JSON form. So that's that. Then go down, click on show advanced settings, then go over here, click it on JSON object, click on save, and that's all. Now this is going to be converting into UTC time format, UTC 5:30 time zone. So let me just check my this thing prompt of yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah. So let me just rename this like convert to UTC plus 5:30. That's that. So you do not get confused. Now we are going to be using another ChatGPT module, taking in this thing and recommending two alternative time slots. So for that, we're going to be using a GPT-4o model. Same thing, GPT-4o system. Yeah, click on developer system. The text content is going to be yeah, the same thing over here. So I sorry guys, I made a mistake over here. So let me just correct it myself over here. For this one, we are going to be converting into UTC format, right? So the date and time that this thing is going to get. So this prompt that I've written in this is for this the next ChatGPT prompt over. So let me just copy this over here. Can't even copy properly. Command C. Just backspace here. You can just type like. Let me remove the caps. Job is to convert the date and time in UTC. Yes. 5:30 time zone in ISO 8601 format. The date and time is already in UTC plus 5:30 time zone. So we'll be like don't add hours. So that's that. And then click on messages over here. Here we're going to be giving a user message. So the user message is going to be the date and time. So here is the date and time. So the JSON string over here. Then click on save. So that's all. That's your UTC time format over here. Now in this thing module, we are going to be finding close alternative. So just copy paste the prompt that I've written before. Your role is to only put close alternative times that user can book in for. So that's going to be your system message. The user message is going to be click on add message. The user message, click on save anyway. I don't care about this. You want to add a message. When you add a message, click on user over here. Now you can recommend everything you want. So you can write please recommend two alternative 60 minutes time slots. So that's that. Then you can be like here is the here are all the times in the day that not available and yeah, then you must not recommend any times within these booked slots. Now I'm using in caps because just to put emphasis on this sentences so that it knows that ChatGPT can understand that this is like very important. So it will not book that appointment or this thing. So when we do that, it's going to be the previous ChatGPT model here where you convert this thing. You can click on choices. When you click on choices, you can see this message over here and you can see content. Click on that. So when you do that, that's going to be that. That's going to be the busy time slots that are not available. And then here another you can give like here is the user uh, the user tried to book in for, but this time was not available. So here you basically give the customers this thing, date and time. So that is going to be go down. You can see this before date and time. So that's basically that. That's the customer's date and time that they tried to book in from but was not available. So that's what. And then we can go scroll down. This is literally the hardest part of the entire workflow of the build, like writing this huge prompt only for this GPT. So try and yeah, try and recommend times that are close to the initial booking time. So with that, and then we also want to provide this agent, this ChatGPT, the current date and time. So for that, you can be like, here is the current date and time, and you like you must ensure it, it is not earlier than this. So here again we're going to be formatting the date to whatever date format that you want. I'm just going to be using YYY MM, and then I also want him to add the hours and minutes. So that's that, and then you do this, and you can type in then you can type in the time zone that you are in. So I am right now in Asia slash oh my god slash Kolkata. So that is my time zone, and close the bracket. When you are writing, you write your time zone that you are currently in. So that, then please recommend two slimes and please approve the times. Yeah, please recommend two times that will be available for booking. Please output the times as you speaking to a person. That, and final message in all caps I've written like, you must ensure the time slots recommended are available. Please refer to the unavailable times. So that's all. That's the entire this thing prompt for this thing for the second chat GPT module. Now here let me just rename this to as like find close alternative times. Click on save. Click on save over here, and then we're going to write another chat GPT module. Basically now we're going to be sending a final message to the user, like taking all of this to summarize that like a one like small message, like 1-2 sentences, sending that to the Vapi response, so that the customer can, so that the agent and the customer will get to know in much more like suitable way. So I'm letting this thing load. Come on, load. After this, I still have to show you guys the rescheduling one as well. So rescheduling is also easily. The only thing you're going to be doing is same thing how we're going to be searching for events and then updating that event. So again, we're going to be using the same GPT-4o system. Now again, we're going to be giving the user message. Just the user message is enough for this because we do not want like any system message or something. Just click on user. In this, you can give like a bit of context like the user, or let me remove the caps. A user has just been recommended. RECOMME. Yeah, recommend. Oh yeah, it's correct. Sorry. A user has just been recommend time slots that they can book in for. Please tell the user in a very simple sentences what times these time slots, so that we go over here. Here is the recommendation. So the recommendation is going to be the find close alternative times. So click on choices, messenger, and you can see content. Now we can't say anything over here because we haven't run everything over here. I'm going to be running that at the end after everything, like a one full this thing. And then also we also give like an example output how it should output, example output. So here it will be like sad news, your chosen time slot was booked out. We can, however, book you into these two close alternative times. So just now give out the two times. So for example, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. or 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. So like that. Let me know which one suits you the best. So this is like how a small simple sentence. Now click on save over here, and at the end again we're going to be using Vapi response. So click on Vapi over here, then go to this version 1. It's now in version 2. This is like something new over here. Yeah, then you can go on, click on your respond to tool call. Here the result in this result tab is going to be the final ChatGPT model that you got. So click on choices, message. Here you can see the content. That's that. The tool call ID is everything. Basically, you get that in the webbook. Like I mentioned before, I'm going to be showing that how you can get that as well. So click on save. Now let me just try running everything once again. Now let's just say now this is the now available time. Now this is not available. So yeah, let me just show you now. Let me just unlink this and build. I'll show you everything like completely from first. So over here, let me reconnect this over here. This should get reconnected over here, and I need to add the filter again. So the filter, this one is for not available. So click on not available. The condition is going to be the BC. So the BC over here, the text operator is array length greater than. So this should be greater than 0. So if it is greater than 0, it will go down this part. So now I said today at 6 p.m. is already booked up because I already booked the appointment before, if you remember. So right now that time slot is not available. So now it will go down this path where it will recommend me two close alternative times. So this scenario, everything is saved. So let me just close this again. Yeah, let me just go back and click on run once again. Hopefully it works without any errors. Okay, what it says? Getaway trigger is recommend. Okay, let me just unlink this as well because it is giving the error because I haven't called the tool call ID or something must have gone wrong. Well, let me just zoom in on this. Gateway trigger is required in order for this module to work. Let me just unlink this right now. Well, let me just run it again. Click on save. Click on run once. Okay, it's not getting run again. So let me just unlink this once. Link. Click on save. Now it should run to. I'm just showing you the not available workflow right now. So okay, it's yeah. You need to enter the tool call ID. That's why it's showing the error. So let me just unlink that as well and show you this thing. Click on save again. Now let me run. Now see it's getting run over here because the 6 p.m. time slot was already booked out because I already booked the appointment before over there. Now it will recommend me two close alternate times. Now it didn't give me this thing because I forgot it to convert was that response in JSON object or something. Must contain word JSON in some form to use response format. I don't know what that means. Let me just check it again over here. It's taking too much time to do it. Okay, now the response format is in JSON. So I don't know. Is to convert the data time anyways. JSON. Let me just click on run once again. It should work. I don't know why it is showing an error. Yeah, the operation failed for message must contain the word JSON in some form to use response / format of type JSON. So okay, I should tell the ChatGPT that it should output in JSON format. In JSON. Yeah, now it should work. Save. Now click on once again. Right now I'm wasting so much executions. Yeah, now this thing worked away. Now this got another thing got it. So let me see over here. Now you can see it is recommending me two times over here. You can see it recommended me 12:30 time slot and 1:30 time slot. So that now again, what is this? Now here it's showing me the date is not a valid date. So that means I have made some mistake over here. So let me just click on this. But you did see the alternative time that it found. So it suggested 1:30 time slot, not 1:30. Yeah, 1:30 and the 12:30 time slot because the 6 p.m. time slot was not available. go over here. Please recommend this thing. So go over here. Where is my this thing? So format date. So let me just redo everything over here. So it's in YY, year, month, and the day, this thing. And then it should be in my time zone. So Asia. No, I also want to add in the hours and minutes. So Asia slash Kolkata. So this should work right now. Click on save again and click on run once again. Hopefully it works everything without an error. Again it's showing what is the hours and minute not a valid date. Format date finished with an error. Why and then is not a valid date. So let me just go back over here. This video is too long right now. It's almost an hour. This video, just me explaining this. Oh my god, bro. This is only because my laptop is hanging too much. Let me just remove this RR. Oh, it should work. Wait, but if I remove that, then it will not give me the time, right? So I want the time. What mistake am I doing? I do not understand. I can't be bothered to again go search up ChatGPT, put there and all because my laptop is already hanging right now. So I do not want it to hang. But you basically get the idea, right? When you do that, it will do the final message and respond back to Vapi over here. If this is not working, I'm just going to stop the recording here, bro. I can't do this anymore. So I'm already exhausted, right? So that's why I'm like, I don't want to, do this again. I don't even want to bother checking this thing properly. So here is the current date and time. Make sure that it is not earlier than this. So let me just check my prompt, what I've written before. I've not written the, I've not given the now format. So go over here, click on now, and here in this, it should be YY. Silly mistake. YY, then it's going to be month, then it's going to be day, then it's going to be hours, and then it's going to be minutes, and then we're going to be using this thing, Asia slash Kolkata. Yeah, now it should work. I mean, now it will work because that's the right thing. I'll click on set once. Now it should run everything without any errors. Yeah, finally, man, it ran without any errors. Now you can just zoom in on this. Now you can just click on this final message and you can see what the ChatGPT has said. Click on that small pop-up bubble and you can see, yeah, you can see over here recommended 2 time slot. You can book in for these 2 available times, 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. or 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Let me know which one works best for you. So that's basically the entire check availability workflow. So that's that. You can, if you want to add in, you can also add in your company's timing. So basically, you can say like we're open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on every weekdays, but on the weekends we're open like from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. something like that. You can also add that in ChatGPT, and it will recommend only times within that time slot. Your listing, your times. So hopefully, guys, I know this is a very long video, like 1 hour long video, and plus it's going to be like complete like a 2 hours video right now. But I hope you guys took some value from this build over here, the step-by-step process in make.com. Now I'll pause this recording so that I will record another video for the rescheduling appointment. So let me just pause this over here and see you guys in that next recording. Now I'm going to be showing you how the step-by-step process for rescheduling an appointment. So again, you're going to be creating a new scenario like I showed you in the previous the check availability workflow. So here also you're going to be doing the same thing. So let me give it a name, schedule appointment. So that's that. So now I told you in this thing over here. Now I already made this webbook call over here, but in the check availability function, I told you that in that Vapi response, that Vapi, you can see, let's just go here. Let me just show you. So click on here and you can just type in Vapi, and Vapi. Click on this and go change this to from version 2 to version 1. In that you can see respond to a tool call. In this tool call, you're going to be needing a tool call ID. Here you can see this tool call ID. I told you that you'll get it from the webbook. So how do you get that? You can just go over here to when the Vapi makes the request or sends the in the check availability preferred date name to this webbook. The same thing over here. Here in this for rescheduling, we are going to be sending the name, the email, the new date and time and the current date and time. So you just click on this tool call list, click on that, then you will click on tool call. So let me just show you everything from beginning. So click on this, then click on tool call over here, then click on function. Then you can see the name of the tool. So you can see the rescheduling appointments. The arguments is going to be the parameters you send. So here in this, we have sent in the email, the new date and time, and the current date and time, because we had booked an appointment for today at 6 p.m. We want to reschedule it to tomorrow at 3 p.m. So that's your new thing, and you can see this is your tool call ID. Here you can see the tool call. Just click on this. You just enter here. The result, the webhook response will be like your appointment has been rescheduled. But in the check availability, you'll be like your appointment, this thing is available or not available. So like that. So that's how you get your tool call ID. So that's all I wanted to show you right now. So now let's get building this, or the step-by-step process for this. Now when you get this thing, again I told you Google Calendar only accepts UTC format. Now the date and time that I just showed you guys, those are all are in natural language. So again we are going to be converting that. Again we're going to use the same ChatGPT module that we did for check availability, where we'll convert that into UTC time format. Now I already have the prompt over here in this tab. So let me just copy this, and I'm just going to be entering the same thing. So you're just going to be selecting the model. I'm going to be using GPT-4o system. Click on that. You'll get an add message as well. The system message is going to be you're an helpful, intelligent booking agent. So go over here, click on developer slash system. You type like you are a helpful, intelligent booking assistant. So that's that, and click on add message again. In this role, you're going to be using a user, and here I'm just going to be pasting the prompt that I used. So you can just copy this prompt already. So here you can see you will receive an appointment date and time and a new date and time for the appointment. For both the date times to ISO 8601 format already in. So just this. So I just want you to output the converted date time in the following JSON format. So to over here. So this is the JSON format I've given. The preferred date and time is basically the current date and time of the appointment. Rescheduled date and time is basically the new date and time of the appointment. And when you do that, then click on another message. Here click on another user message. Here we are going to be actually providing the actual customers, what do you call it, new date and current date and time. Now here you can see, now I did not use here the set variable step. There I use in check availability, I use the set variable step. Here also I will use the set variable step, but I'm just showing you, you don't have to do that. I'm just to use that set variable step just because when you're testing it out, you don't want to keep calling this webhook again and again. So that means you have to keep going to Vapi to speak to the assistant and to receive the webhook. Basically, wasting time and also losing a little bit more credits. So that's why it's better you take that thing, whatever you get, store it in a variable, and from that variable, test it out in this make.com. That's why. So, but I'll just show you how to implement, map it with the webhook. So mapping with webhook is going to be like here. You just like here is the current date and time for the appointment. So do that and click on again this thing, tool with call list, then click on tool call, click on function arguments, and you just pass in the current date and time over here like this. That's going to be a current date and time. Then you will get here is the new date and time for the appointment. So that's that. Go over here and map it with the new date and time appointment. So that's how you do basically. And then click on advanced settings. Don't forget the response format should be in JSON. So change it from text to JSON object. Then click on save. That's all. I mean, you want to pass the JSON as well. So go back over here. I didn't pass the JSON over there. It will be default to no, but you need to change it to yes. So waiting for this thing load. So when you convert this, we're just going to be searching the event in Google Calendar, because in the make.com there's a module called search events. After searching the event, we're going to be updating the calendar. That's all. We didn't ask for we did ask for the email because we'll send the rescheduling confirmation email. For that we have asked the email, but we didn't ask like for the name or the phone number or the service type, because we're just going to be changing the date and time. So that's also we're just going to be answering the same thing. So go over here, click on pass JSON, change it to yes, and click on save. Now before I run this, now I'm just going to be using a set variable step. So left click on this. You can see add a module, go to tools, click on tools, set multiple variables, not get variables. It's going to be set multiple variables. So let me just delete this. Let me add it again. Add a module, tools, show more, set multiple variables, add name. You can type the email. Oh, see, I'll just show you how the I'm just going to be using the same value that I used for this webbook that I got. So arguments. Now this email and all, it doesn't exist. These are all just a random email, email. So I need Adam at gmail.com, and the here this thing will be existing date. Now let me do it in camel case. Date time, existing date time. So that's the existing date and time. So that is today at 6 p.m. So just type like today at 6 p.m. and new date and time. Date time is tomorrow at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Then click on save. So now I'm going to unlink this. Take this small bubble over here. Put it into the set variable. This thing. Now this is going to be my trigger. Click on save. Yeah, now I need to change the reference model because I had mapped it with webbook, right? Now again I need to map it with this set variable. So let me click on that. Yeah, here we need to change this thing. So and let me just delete it over here. Here you're going to be using the current date and time. So it's going to be the existing date time. It is going to be the new date time. So you're just going to write the new date time. So click on save. Just unlink this so that you want to run it once again so that you can see the values. Run it again, it will run like that, and you can see the values over here. Then click on save, ignore warnings, save anyways, then click on run once. Now it should give it to me in JSON UTC format, ISO 8601 format. So click on choices, click on this, messages. You can see the before date and time over here. Now we can see the before date and time. Oh, now I made a mistake over here. I did not, the agent does not know the current date and time. So that's why it did the 2023 year. So just go back over here and give the current date and time over here. So just go back there. Go back over here and here we just now here is the current date and time, and here you're going to pass in the now function. So double curly brackets now, close curly brackets. Then click on save. Then this thing, click on this thing, save again, and run once. Now it should work. So then go to choices again and messages. Now you can see, yeah. Okay, see now the rescheduled date and time is the correct. See, tomorrow at 12 p.m. Today is 11th July. So tomorrow is going to be 12th July. So you can see here 2025 07 12th at 3 o'clock. So that is in 15 in my time zone. And current date and time. Now the current date and time is wrong because the current date and time is 6 o'clock. So it should be 1800, but it's showing here 12:30. So that means it has added again 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so it has added 5 hours 30 minutes to the current date and time. So we just need to go back to this chat GPT again and specifically tell it not to add hours. So that's what I'm going to do now. So go over here. I just both convert both date times are already in UTC time zone. Type like don't add hours. Then click on save and save it once again and click on run once. Now if it show you, if you're getting errors like this, if you don't want to do like this, you can also give it an example as well so that it will not make a mistake again in the future. So now you can see now it is in proper format. Now you can see today is 11th July and it is at 6 o'clock. Today's appointment date and time, and tomorrow is 12th July at 3 p.m. So it's all correct. So now that's done. Now click on say I've saved it already. Now we'll take this time. We're going to be searching the event because we want to, when you're rescheduling, first you need to search if the event already exists. So if it already exists, we'll find that event and then we're going to be updating that event. So to do it, we're going to use a Google Calendar module, and you can see in the first row, you can see something called as search events. Click on that. When you do that, it's good. Again, you have to make the connection over here. If you already made the connection, you don't have to but make the connection first. The calendar ID is just going to be your email that is linked with your Google Calendar that you have used. So that's that. The start date is basically, now we are going to be searching for the event, right? So the start date is going to be the preferred date and time. So that is the existing date of the existing date and time of the appointment. So that's going to be your start date. The end date is going to be 1 hour long. So because the appointment is for 1 hour, right? So we're just going back to the date and time function. Here you can choose add hours or add minutes. I'll take add hours. Go back here, take the customer's preferred date and time, semicolon, and add 1 hour to that, and close bracket. So that is going to be your end date. You don't have to do anything else. Just in this event types, you can click on click select all, and the limit should be one because we do not want multiple events. When you're setting this, only one event should exist. If you get like multiple events with the same date and time, that means the agent has double booked or something must have gone wrong. So always limit the order, limit this to one, and click on save. After doing that, let me just run this once again. When you run this, you'll get an event ID. We'll take that event ID and we're going to update the calendar. So when you go over here, now you can see you got the event over here. Now you can see this is the name of the appointment that I booked from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And when you will also get the event ID as well. You can see over here the event ID. Now I'll show you that. We'll take that event ID to update the this thing event. So to do that, just scroll down. You can see something called as update and event. Click on that. Now we are just going to be entering the event ID. When you enter the event ID, the new date and time. So the calendar ID here is marked. Again, is going to be your email only. So just type in your email that is connected to the Gmail account. So the event ID you can see over here. The event ID you get it from search events. That's going to be your event ID. Click on that. The event, you're not making any changes to the event name. It's going to be the same thing. Or you're only going to make changes to the start date and the end date. So for that, just go back to your ChatGPT module. You took the new date and time. Click on that. Reschedule date and time. And the end date, take that to be and add again 1 hour to that because the appointment is 1 hour long. So that's that. Go over here, click on reschedule, semicolon 1 hour, and close bracket. That's all. You don't have to make any changes to anything else. You can also make changes to the description as well. You can like this event has been rescheduled, something like that, so that let's say you open the calendar tomorrow and you don't know anything and you just want like a reminder or something, then you can be like this appointment has been rescheduled, something like that. That's all you can give and click on save. So that's that. Now let me just run this one. I'll show you first the Google Calendar event because I want to show you to you guys that the event already exists if you in case you have forgotten. Now this is my Google Calendar, and today you can see that the appointment for today 6 p.m. has been booked. Now let me just run this scenario where it will change it to tomorrow at 3 p.m. So it's running. Now you can see it ran successfully. Now go back to your Google Calendar event. It did not get updated. Just click refresh it again once again. Now you'll see it is scheduled for. See, you can see here it is scheduled for tomorrow at 3 p.m. Click on that, and then you can also see the description of where the event has been rescheduled. So that's basically how your entire rescheduling process works. Now that's that. Now you can also, after doing that, again, we're going to be connecting it to Vapi, the webhook response. We're sending it back to voice agent, telling that the event has been scheduled. So where's the Vapi? Yeah, it's over here. So let me just drag and drop over here. So that is the entire scheduling process. Now let me just click on auto align. Now that's that. After doing that, you can also add it to your CRM. Let's say if you are using Airtable or Google Sheet, I've already showed you in the voice flow one. It's pretty easy, but now I want to show it to you in Airtable. So go to Airtable, click on create a record. Now if you should have already created the table already with all the column names and everything. When you do that, all you have to do is just map everything. So I'll just show you how you can map it also. When you map it again, no, you're not going to be creating an account. Sorry. When you book an appointment, that data is already will be stored in a database. You just want to update the database, right? So to do that, again, we are going to be using the same logic how we used in this Google Calendar, where we're going to be searching for the record in Airtable and then updating the record. So just click on this Airtable. When you wrote a table, you can see the search record. So click on the search record. It's the same logic as well, same logic only. So click on the search record. Again, you have to make an connection with this thing. To do that, you need to have an Airtable API key. If you do not know how to get it, just go to Google and type Airtable developer docs. There you can see the API reference. From there, you can make the connection to this. Now I have multiple connections. So this is my new connection. The base, what the base that you have created. I have created a base for this thing, wellness center. This thing. So let me just see if this thing pops up. Yeah, wellness center. Click on that. The table name that you have created in your table. Click on this. So you just need to click on the table again over here. Now this is taking too much time to load. Okay, now you can see outbound details. Correct that, and you will see all the columns that I have built. You need to limit this into one as well. Yeah, now you want to output everything. So click on select all, output, do the same thing again, one limit. When you do that, click on run and you'll get the, you will get from, when you run this over here, you will get a record ID. So here in this Google Calendar, when you search for an event, you got an event ID. We just put the event ID in this update an event to use that to update the event. Here we are going to be doing the same thing. Here basically you're going to be getting a record ID, and then we are going to be updating it through the record ID. So you can click on this update a record, and it will ask me for a record ID. That record ID you will get from the search record. When you do that, it will also get updated in this table as well. And then finally, at the end of this, you can attach it to Gmail module, basically sending them like your appointment has been rescheduled from this to this, something like that, a simple message. Or you can also send an SMS as well. That can be done through Twilio. So here you can see, click on again base, wellness center, then table is going to be outbound details, and see it will show you it will ask me for the record ID. Here you can see the record ID. The record ID, you will get this thing over here that you got from this previous video. Now this is all the column names. Now you can see the appointment booking date and appointment booking time. This, if you're wondering how, where did I get all of this? I've already built this table in a table already. So that's why you can see all of this. So the appointment booking date and time, we are searching for the event. So we just need to make changes. So this was the booking date and time, or this is both same. So we just want to split this. Again, you can use like format date and split this over here. Same thing. So that's basically how you're going to be updating the table with record ID. Add a Gmail module, something like that, or something else. So that's the entire rescheduling process appointment. Now let me show you, I'll show you in this only cancel, how to cancel as well. For canceling event as well, also you're going to be doing the same thing. So for cancel appointment, again the webhook request, save it in this set variable tool, convert into UTC format using this ChatGPT. We're going to be using a search events with this Google Calendar. Let me rename this thing so that you guys don't get confused. Rename search events. So this is basically going to be searching for that. Here we use the update event for rescheduling, but instead of using update an event, we'll use a module called delete an event. So go to Google Calendar, just click on this Google Calendar, and you can see you can see over here delete an event. So you need to be connected to this thing over here. So let me just connect it to here. Here also you're going to be using the event ID only. So if we just close this, let me open this once again. So here also it will ask me for the event ID. You just need to enter the event ID over here, map it, and this thing will get deleted in your Google Calendar. The same thing will also be done for this Airtable as well. The same thing, you'll search for the record ID and delete the record. So here calendar ID is basically your email. So type your email. That's the other thing. And now the event ID is asking me. The event ID you will get from the search event. You just type the ID and click on save. When you do that, that's all you have to do. That's how you get the appointment gets cancelled. This thing as well. So let me show you. Okay, I'll show you guys in this only. So the appointment has been booked tomorrow at 3 p.m. So let me just close this. I'll show it to you guys in this only. Unlink this. Unlink over here as well. Bring it over here. Bring this over here. Bring this over here. Now let's make changes to this. Okay, result before date and time. We do not want to use the before date and time because the appointment has been scheduled. So use the reschedule date and time. Click over here. Click over here. Click on save. Just to unlink this. Wait, let me just create the event ID. You will get the event ID, calendar ID. Just type in your email. The event ID is going to be this. Click on save and click on save over here as well. Now let me unlink this as well. Bring this small module over here. Click on save and click on run. Okay, it did not. Okay, it did not work because I need to use it with ChatGPT only. Because in this I've used this ChatGPT module, right? So that's why it did not work. So just click on connect it to with that ChatGPT again. Now it will go, and it came a successful run. You can just go back to your Google Calendar and you can see the appointment has been cancelled or deleted from your Google Calendar. So that's how you can cancel an appointment as well. When you do that, again, you'll be sending a webhook response here. The same thing with tool call ID. The only result will be like your appointment has been cancelled. And here also, we are going to be searching for the record again. But again, here in this Airtable, we use updated record. But instead of using an updated record, there's something called as delete a record as well. So let me just drag this over here. Click over here. Click on Airtable, and you can see delete a record. When you delete a record, again, you're going to be entering the record ID that you will get from the search record, and it is also deleted from your CRM. So that's all. That's your rescheduling and canceling appointment step-by-step process in Make. Hopefully, you guys understood what I was saying to you guys. This is a very long video. I guess it's going to be more than 2 hours, 2 hours 30 minutes. Hopefully, you guys refer to this video whenever you have doubts or something, or you have forgotten something. You can come back to this video.